Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another PMI. What are we calling these, Jan? Another
PMI
PMI
shorts.
short. Another episode of the PMI shorts. There you go. Today, Jan and I are joined by Dave Jakielo. Any of you that are part of the PMI family probably know Dave from working with us in the past. Dave's actually talked at several of our conferences and been a part of the PMI family now for a number of years. I won't say exactly what number, Dave. Today, we are going to launch into a series, today being number 1, but PMI short 7. I don't know how all that works. Today, we're going to launch into a series on time management, one of Dave's fortes, and literally going to start this off with just talking about what time management is. And then in a couple of other classes, we're going to talk about 7 steps for accomplishing more and managing interruptions. But today, Dave, I'm going to turn it over to you. Give us the Dave Jakielo version of what is time management.
Well, people talk about time management, but really you can't manage time. The clock just goes by second after second, minute after minute. What we're really going to concentrate on is how to manage yourself with the time that you have allotted to get something accomplished or to be successful. So time management, sort of a fallacy. Managing yourself is what we're going to try to concentrate on for the next few sessions.
That's fantastic. Jan, what about you? What do you think of when you think of time management?
So I agree that it's time management is less about trying to control time because that's an impossible task. You just can't do it. So it's really more about making those intentional decisions on how to use the time that we have. And then prioritizing tasks, setting clear goals, all of that then rolls into that time management. But I agree that we have to learn to manage ourselves. We're not going to manage the clock.
Managing time is like carrying a cup of water in your hands.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Right.
Well, there is, and I have certainly gone down many rabbit holes on time management philosophies, just all kinds of things. One of the things that I keep coming, back and forth is analog versus digital. People using tools to try to accomplish, Dave, I think what you described, managing themselves. You have any words of wisdom for somebody that's fighting that demon of paper versus the computer?
Well, I use both. I use a combination of both. If it's something short term, meaning I'm going to work on it this week or today, it's probably going to be on paper so that it's right in front of my eyes and it's on my desk and I see it and I remind myself, hey, I got to take care of this today or the next day. I use the digital reminders for more long term. So something I need to know about this in 30 days, I'll never remember it. So I'm going to throw it in my task list right there, that'll pop up automatically to review. So I haven't been able to conquer only one way. I still have to go both ways, paper and digital.
I think I've made the mistake in the past of trying to 100% commit to one or the other. And it's only taken me 30 years to figure out that it really is a delicate dance between them both.
Right.
Jan, you had a pretty unique perspective on the number 168.
Yeah, so I thought about this a lot over the last several years because we do talk about time management, especially in our certified medical office manager course, and what that really truly means. So I started thinking about 168 and the significance of that. Is simply that's what we've all been gifted. We've all been gifted 168 hours per week. So what we do with that time is really up to us. But the thing about the 168 is you can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't borrow it. You can't give it away. We're all on an even playing field, regardless of who we are. It doesn't matter if you're the front office receptionist, if you're the CEO. I always say it doesn't matter if you're the Oprah Winfrey or the President of the United States. We still only have 168 hours. So what I've done is I've taken that 168 hours and I've divided it into what I call buckets. So I look at the time I spend working, and then my other bucket, my miscellaneous bucket with hobbies in it and time with family and some of the other things I enjoy doing. And then, of course, sleep is my other bucket, because if I don't arrange to sleep, I just don't do it. And that plays havoc, of course, on your health. And what I've noticed is after I started doing that, I was able to manage myself better. I call it managing time, but it's really managing myself better. Because what I've realized now, if I have that time allotted in my work bucket and somebody says, hey, can you take on this project? I have to look and see, do I have any hours, any of my 168 left that I can put in that bucket? If not, am I willing to borrow from one of the other buckets? If I am, then I'll say yes. If I'm not willing to borrow from that sleep bucket or that miscellaneous bucket, I bypass the project. And
That's awesome.
It has really helped me to sort priorities by doing that.
When I say I've dropped down all the rabbit holes, I've seen, for whatever reason, the last several years have been on a journey of trying to perfect probably what can't be perfected. And it's amazing to me the number of people. I love how Dave picked up his piece of paper. I've got mine. I've got my field notes. I've got my tablet. It's like every expert out there, though, it all boils down to the same thing. It's like, pick 6 things that you want to get done today, write them down, keep them in front of you, and by God, do number 1 before you move to number 2.
Right.
So
I always remember one of my mentors, a guy by the name of Brian Tracy. He used a good idea about how to accomplish things. He said his book is called Eat That Frog. And the idea is, if first thing in the morning you eat a frog, the rest of your day is going to be great. So he equated that if you do your hardest task first, the rest of your day you're going to float through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of managing yourself, because we can't manage that time.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, David. I think the other thing, Dave, too, is identifying those peak times when you're at your peak. So, for some people, that's first thing in the morning. Try to get those important tasks out of the way. If you're a nighttime person, that may be when you're working on those certain items. But I think it's identifying when your peak time is, too.
Yeah, and mine has changed over the years. I was an early person for a while and then late. But right now in my career, I find that my best time is right after lunch and before dinner. That afternoon slot, I don't know why it is, but I have the most energy, and it's most productive if I get my toughest stuff done after lunch but before dinner.
Mm-hmm.
My best ideas still happen in the shower, and I haven't figured out how to write those down yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do there.
Yeah.
Get a recorder, waterproof recorder.
Dry erase mark works good too. You can jot the notes right on the wall and then wipe them off later.
I need some of that kid colored soap that I could just put it on the walls. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm thrilled to kick this off. I'm thrilled to be talking about this. I think it's something that I know everyone needs, and I know a lot of people wrestle and struggle with. So, Dave, I appreciate you plugging in with Jan and I to talk about this. I just want to remind everybody, stay tuned, because where did it go? 7 steps for accomplishing more and managing interruptions are 2 segments to this that we're going to add on. And I got a sneaky suspicion that we'll come up with some others as well.
Great.
Fantastic. Jan, Dave, thank you so much for doing this. And look forward to getting together next time.
Same here.
All right. Sounds great.
Have a great
Thank
rest
you.
of the day.
All right. Bye-bye.